So, two statemented wrestlers. We have Santanaga, who has effectively, you know, retired both members of Sisters in Combat in Match of the Night contenders. Clearly proving that she has that ability. And then you've also got Kieran Black, who is still looking for his first win in MCW, currently 0-5. Can this be where his fortunes change, though? But Santanaga is definitely coming on with a good run of form. So it's possible that Kieran Black can't get his first win tonight. A nice pop-up neck breaker from Santanaga there. Some kicks to the face of Kieran Black. I nearly called Kieran Black Max Black, even though they're definitely not the same person. Very, very, almost opposite. And a coffin drop from Santanaga. Targeting the legs of Kieran. And now she's getting freaky with it, apparently. No need for that. No need for that in our sport.
That got bad real quick. She's starting to feel the effects of this attack. Sure, he's taking some offense, but it's
smashing Kieran Black against the mat, but he gets a leg up here as we go into chain wrestling, as we always do. Midnight chain wrestling at its finest. Balor, stop it. Hey! Move. None of that. Kieran Black dodging. But didn't capitalise. Santanaga still able to capitalise. Grabs it. But then Kieran Black returns with a right hook. But Santanaga dodging the knee. And Kieran Black pushing Santanaga off. It's a nice little sequence between the two here. Kieran Black. A nice rolling senton. Santanaga gets a leg up. Very back and forth. Many reversals going on here.
beautiful athleticism. Evasive maneuvering there. Boom. That puts her on the offensive.
Returning with a chop of his own. A combination of a various amount of strikes there. Knocking Santanaga down to the ground. As he's looking for the stomp. And he hits it. Goes in for the pin now. 1, 2, 3. Kieran Black gets his first win in MCW in what was, it was a very quick match, don't get me wrong, but it was a nice little back and forth between the two. Definitely ended a lot sooner than expected. Also, apologies if I yawn. I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not, what's it called? I'm not uninterested. I'm simply tired. Quick back and forth matches have their place in the company. They do. Not every, you know what? Not every match needs to be like a 10-minute fucking 5-star fucking MCW classic, you know? Like, there's room for some quick matches. But yes, Kieran Black has finally got Elena Claire. Of course, Elena Claire coming off the back of a decent run. I mean, obviously, she did just pick up a loss to La Carnatoro on Clash before she left. However, she is, I believe, the second most recent challenger for Leon Grimes' European Championship. So clearly, she was impressing. And obviously, Akumi Shimazaki, in a very similar way, having a great performance last week against the current international champion. Of course, it wasn't a title match, but nonetheless, it was still a very impressive performance. Earning herself Wrestler of the Night despite not even winning. Something that I think might have only happened maybe one other time. But we do start off with chain wrestling as we usually do. No, they were all alone. Yeah, they are. Listen, John, you just need to get better at scouting. That's all it is. You know, learn where your scouts are. That's all you got to do. Scout in Bolivia, man. You've got the setup. You should know that by now. Still more chain wrestling. Chain wrestling is very difficult to commentate on because, you know, nothing really happens.
Able to pry out and gain control around the waist.
Give me a real star here for match quality. That is true. Akumi has been putting on some pretty decent matches lately.
Shoulders down. Gets reversed. Is it enough?
Oh, and a roll-up reversal. Going for the pin one. And a kick out. Oh, into another roll-up, actually. And a kick out from Elena Claire. Also, Elena Claire's not one to be sleeping on as well. She's had 3 match of the night since she's been here in MCW. So, you know, she's been a big performer as of late as well. A big drop kick to the face of Akumi.
Oh, she has her right where she wants her. Oh, what a kick to the face. Oh my God. She's had a lot thrown her way.
Really taking the fight back. Snapping the arm of Akumi. Oh, very much misjudged the distance though on that springboard moonsault. And a big drop kick. And they're getting on top of raining down the punches on Akumi. Trying to onslaught out as much damage as possible and leg drop to the arm. The referee could get out the way, but isn't. Nice little step-up kick there using, you know, Akumi's own arm as a platform. Getting her up. And a spinning back fist into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Akumi. I thought we were going to have another really quick match then. But raining down the punches still. Akumi gets up, but he's met with a Superman punch from Elena Claire. Nice catch for Akumi to go in for the slam. Springboard leg drop into the pin. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Elena Claire. Goes for another leg drop, but Elena Claire moves out the way. And a soul snatcher from Elena Claire. Goes for that. Goes for a little rolling senton, but Akumi gets the knees up, throwing Elena Claire into the ropes, and then meeting a drop kick into the knees. A splash to the back of Elena. But Elena getting a fist to stop whatever move Akumi was setting up there. Jesus. Elena gets Akumi high, but she gets out the way. Elena catches, but you know, Akumi does meet with an enziguri to the face of Elena Claire. Set up on the ropes, not really doing much. Goes for a jumping clothesline, but Elena moves out the way. And Elena with another step-up kick into the pin on Akumi. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Elena Claire nearly coming out on top on her debut on Strike. Yo, she's always been on Clash since debut in the company, but now she's moved. Goes for the spinning back fist, but it's caught by Akumi, who blocks it. Goes for a suplex, but Elena Claire catches it as well, preventing the suplex. And a jumping clothesline. And then dropping the legs onto the gut, into a drop kick. And Akumi going for the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. This match still continues. And I think that was a Claymore of some sort. I've not actually seen that variation of it before. Nice uppercut from Akumi. And some punches into the midsection. Into a DDT. As Akumi climbing top rope. Goes into a senton. Or swanton bomb, sorry. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Elena Claire. The fight's still in her. Not wanting to disappoint on her debut on Strike. And I did say that these two have both been able to put on some good matches, and they are now. And a phenomenal forearm from Akumi as she then climbs up top rope into another swanton bomb. Surely that's it. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Elena Claire. This match is still going. And now Elena Claire going for the spinning back fist once more, but it's again caught by Akumi. Always able to predict that spinning back fist. It looked like she was going to go for a code breaker of some sort, but, you know, a lot of mistapping changes of direction, I suppose. Slamming the arm against the mat. Elena Claire getting hyped up now. Akumi dropping the shoulder onto the knee. Backbreaker into a neck breaker. Now getting Akumi up again. Elena Claire looking to end this match here, you would think. Goes to drag her to the corner, so she's got nowhere to run. Slowing her down to the mat. Elena Claire climbing to the middle rope here. Getting Akumi to get up into a diving code breaker. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. Elena Claire wins her Strike debut in a fantastic match. I mean, again, I said before the match that these two are capable of putting on match of the night contenders, and I think they've definitely done that here. It would take a lot to be able to top a match of this quality on Strike tonight. That was genuinely great. That's the thing I love about MCW is, you know what, sometimes the people that, you know, are not necessarily the biggest stars in the company are able to put on some of the best matches. You know? And you love to see it. You love to see them get their opportunities to prove that they can do it. Oh. Who even is the next match now? Oh, it's Noah Morrison versus Doug Foster next. Again, Noah Morrison, a new signing to Strike. Oh. And Doug Foster, who picked up a shock loss to Aiden Storm last week, but, you know, I'm sure he'll come out. But, you know, he's still got a lot of fight in him. He's a wrestler with a lot of heart.
Here is your winner, Clark. A strenuous victory here tonight. After that win, this superstar
Maria Claire ecstatic to be victorious
all the way to the pay window.
on her strike debut. Taking a while for the next match screen to come up, though, I will say. And Noah Morrison arriving on strike against one of the veterans in MCW, Doug Foster. Been here since the very first show.
And I can't disagree with him. I expect tonight to be a night where he can silence the skeptics and prove to be
Can Noah Morrison
It will be a
put down the dog?
he possesses could take him very far. Yeah, but he's going against the superstar who refuses
Every match is starting with chain wrestling, is what I've noticed tonight.
He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the
I mean, there is only one match in the strike card where it is impossible for that to happen, which is the main event.
And into the side headlock.
Keep yawning. Again, apologies, I'm not bored. I didn't get much sleep. And Noah Morrison's power gets the advantage in that chain wrestling battle. Dropping the elbow onto Doug Foster. Again, Doug is someone who's had a bit of a mixed bag lately. Obviously, he had a really good dominant performances over Elijah Chambers.
Manages to slip out of the way.
But obviously picking up a shock loss to Aiden Storm last week, a man who'd not had a single solo win in his career.
Elevated knee drop.
You know, and we'll see him wrestle later on tonight as well, part of his tag team, you know, the Blood Devils, the tag team champions as they face Max Black and John Black, the current MCW All-Star champion and MCW International champion.
Elite physical condition to pull off something like that.
Obviously, tag titles are not on the line, but when the tag titles are on the line is going to be at Standoff. It'll be the only title defended on that show, due to the other titles having champion versus champion matches.
Was absolutely worthy of both halves of its name.
A submission locked in by Doug here.
This is how you punish your opponent.
Seems like Doug realised Noah wasn't going to tap and let go. Noah pushing Doug off. But yeah, the tag titles will be defended at Standoff, the only belts to be defended on the show, as the Blood Devils will take on the tag team of Francis Sharp and MD Silver after their impressive performance against Rock City Stars last week, and with both wrestlers being relatively dominant on Clash lately. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Doug Foster. We're talking of champion v champion matches, of course. The one that we can pretty much all but confirm is, of course, John Black versus Leon Grimes. International champion versus European champion. You know, John Black has beaten one undefeated streak to get when he got that belt. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Noah Morrison.
He's determined to keep this matchup going.
Of course, you know, John Black, he beat Andre Cruz's unbeaten run to earn that title. Can he do it again? And the side slam from Doug Foster. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Noah Morrison.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the building thought that was going to be the end of it.
He jumps high, but Noah Morrison moves out of the way. But the one that we can't confirm what's going to happen yet is obviously, you know, Max Black is definitely going to be going into Standoff as the MCW All-Star Champion. However, there are question marks on who will be the MCW World Champion going into that to face off against him in the Champion versus Champion match. Obviously, there is the current champion, Marty, but he will be defending on the Clash just before Standoff in the go-home show against Cassidy Holland, who managed to pick up a shock victory against Marty last week, earning himself that opportunity. Marty feeling almost obligated. And a nice front slam from Noah, going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Marty feeling almost obligated to, you know, give Cassidy Holland that opportunity, because Marty's first ever title opportunity in MCW was through the same means, getting a shock win over Max Black. And then another pin now. 1, 2, And then kick out at 2, Noah Morrison. The crimson mask that he's sporting. Showing the brutality that he's willing to go through. To make a statement to the Strike locker room that he has arrived. A big splash from a big man. And then dropping the elbow onto the gut. Doug Foster gets to his feet and a jumping BFT. Ugh. Trying to rally some energy here, Doug Foster. Planting Noah Morrison down to the ground. And picks him up. Throwing him against the ropes here. Goes for a suplex, but Noah Morrison catches him, returns with a headbutt. But Doug Foster returns, throwing him to the outside the rope. Now he gets here. And he lifts up the big New Zealander and drops him back first onto the apron. And picking him up into what was like a swinging DDT. I don't know the name of the move. Apologies, I don't know every move in wrestling history. Doug taking some brutal offense to the outside. But Noah Morrison managing to break the grip there and then dodging out of the way, but still couldn't capitalize. And Doug Foster in no rush to do as much damage, you know, trying to do as much damage as he can. Catches Noah Morrison's kick, but Noah Morrison flings him out the side, returns with a slam. Goes to pick up Doug now, but Doug with an elbow to the stomach. And tossing him onto the mat on the outside. And again, just toying with Noah Morrison. Throwing him around ringside. And a big splash. Still no rush from Doug to get Noah Morrison back in that ring. This is about inflicting pain. This is a new Doug Foster that we've not ever seen before. An aggressive Doug Foster. He's normally a wrestler with a lot of respect in the way that he wrestles. But tonight, clearly it's about dealing as much pain as possible. He finally decides to take Noah Morrison into the ring. But Noah Morrison manages to catch him off guard. And clearly unleashing a whole lot of anger on Doug Foster. Getting up high, going for a running power slam into the pin. Could this all be over now? 1, 2, 3, and it is. Noah Morrison winning his Strike debut. Maybe Doug Foster let his sights get too much on the aggression and not enough on the objective at hand. Not able to pick up the win, letting his violent side take control of him. Again, not something we've seen really ever before with someone of the likes of Doug Foster. But another great match, it must be said. Striker definitely putting on some solid performances here. And that is two people who, when they were pretty much last seen on Clash, they were at their lowest. Elena Claire, of course, losing to La Carnatoro, and then just before that, losing her European Championship, European Championship opportunity against Leon Grimes. And Noah Morrison, similar story, although he did put on a Match of the Year contender at Full Moon, but after that got his shot at Leon Grimes, his rematch. He'd already fought for that belt once, had a rematch, and he was put down in very quick fashion by Leon Grimes. Oh. But both Elena and Noah clearly seeing new horizons A sunset setting on Clash and a sunrise on Strike, as their careers could reach new heights on the new brand.
Here is your winner, Noah the Technician Morrison.
What's up, Bray?
This is the type of victory where you
You
really
alright?
have to weigh the costs against the benefits. With a win like this,
Just say hi.
taste a little bitter
Just say hi, Bray.
right about now. Actually, Saxton,
Come on,
I
come
imagine
say
it would
hello.
taste a lot more like pennies.
There you go. Good boy. He says hi. It is Elijah Chambers, a man who was part of the first ever international championship match, versus Andre Cruz, a man who is a former international champion.
Not gotten the respect from the division that he's
Standing moonsault there.
Yeah, but respect has to be earned in match. Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here. Trying to escape, and yes, the hold is broken. Asma set up in the corner of the ring. Oh, what a quick answer.
Oh,
Neck breaker. Boom.
now Andre Cruz targeting Elijah Chambers with some punches to the side of the head.
This match practically
Also, John, if you're watching, could you just take a quick little peek at Discord? It was something I did last night when I couldn't sleep, but I kind of forgot to
from other superstars.
actually send you it.
Continues to dish out punishment here, and each blow he lands is giving him more.
I just want your thoughts on it, that's all.
He looks defenseless as he struggles to get his bearings. Did you see that?
Nice jumping kick from Andre Cruz.
The attack. Locking up with the collar and elbow.
It sucks. Cheers, Brad. Appreciate that, man.
Wrist
I
lock.
really do.
Apply
Thank you
that
for your
at the
support, Brad.
top.
A nice little springboard drop kick from Andre Cruz.
He manages
Calls himself the heart and soul of MCW.
inside cradle
A roll up now from Elijah Chambers. Oh, Elijah clearly doing his homework, seeing how Andre lost the title to John Black via roll up.
overhand shots and
You know, clearly seeing if that would work again here tonight.
forearms, one after another. I think rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage. Thunderous club comes
No,
down.
Elijah dropping his fist onto the face of Andre. Andre now standing up with a punch to the gut, but Elijah tripping him up.
The competitor intimidated.
Throwing Andre onto the side of those ropes. Big drop kick of his own to send him crashing down to the mat.
Looks like that really got him there. Great trouble here. Can he get it fully locked in? Drag it. Clever escape. Rolled directly into a mouthful of boot.
Welcome home, dog.
Out both of their opponent's legs. Snap. Successful.
Targeting the legs of Andre Cruz. Smart maneuver from Elijah, knowing that obviously Andre's offense is very speed-based and it's quite hard to move fast when your legs don't work.
He's stalking his prey. Only one thing in mind.
Jumping on top of him and now biting the ear. Again, don't know how it's legal. I say this every time he does it.
Goodness, calm down. Freakazoid. Oh, rolls through. Here it comes. And down went Piper's pin. Returning back to the ring. Thinking of going high risk here. Take off. Oh, shot to the solar plexus. Neck breaker. Blow after blow. He's on continuous assault. He's peaking now. Absolutely
Oh.
reaching another level. Turns it around. He might be able to start mounting something here. But will that prove to be the chance he needs in this match? Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
Elijah. Trying to end things, but Andre Cruz getting an elbow up. And that heel kick from Andre Cruz. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Goes for a standing moonsault, but Elijah moves out of the way. Elijah going for a springboard of his own, and a springboard cutter into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Andre Cruz. We know that man's got a lot more fight in him than that. Elijah, no, not believing it, but a kick out at 1 from Andre. Andre showing concretely there's no chance that that's enough to take him out. Andre rolling to his feet. Into what? I don't even know what the fuck that was, but it was sick. And Elijah's busted open from it. Elijah goes for a Superman punch, but Andre Cruz moves out of the way. And Andre Cruz into a sit-out powerbomb into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. It's a lovely little sequence between these two men. Andre Cruz going to the top now. Is he going to go for that 630? It doesn't go for a 630, but it's something similar. I don't actually know what it's called. Corkscrew or something? 1, 2, 3. Andre Cruz picking up the win against Elijah Chambers. Again, a very solid little match. Striker cooking! As we prepare ourselves for the main event. Which is obviously John and Max Black, which we've only ever seen tag once before. Doug, do you need an over, what the fuck? What the fuck? Do you need information on who won the matches that you missed? There you go. I think it's the inverted Phoenix splashing game. Oh, I ain't gonna remember that. I'm calling it corkscrew. If I can't think of... That's the thing. If I can't think of a move's name, half the time I just make them up. No, I was watching what driving. Oh, okay. Fair, fair. Straight flips, simple. Guys, be honest. Would you still watch MCW if I was a worm? Be honest. Straight do be cooking, even though Kieran kind of burned the beginning. Does a move? Yeah, you know what it is? It's the fucking what a maneuver. That's what it is.
Impressive win for him here. He was as on top of things as he could possibly be here tonight, and look how it paid off.
There he is, the heart and soul of MCW. Who will be part of that team in War Games, representing Strike. This is what you call a main event. Every single Strike champion in this match. Some of the biggest stars in the company. The most dominant tag team in MCW history. Going up against two brothers that have seen the heights that they have. John Black, the current international champion who ended Andre Cruz's undefeated streak. And Max Black, the first ever two-time world champion in MCW. I mean, this is definitely the biggest test the Blood Devils have ever had. Going against two behemoths of the sport like this. But it is on their playing field, which is the tag team scene. Although we've seen the inconsistency of the Blood Devils recently in matches that don't have the titles on the line. Maybe if they had the titles on the line, maybe they'd be more guaranteed. And a lovely slam from Gavin Storm onto John Black there. And still just absolutely brutalizing the Hollywood King in the ring. And Aiden Storm managing to arm toss Max Black. Blood Devils looking strong here, but John Black gets a little bit of space, moving out of the way of a diving clothesline. A big suplex and Max Black throwing Aiden Storm across the ringside. But Gavin Storm managing to get some more offense against John Black. But John Black tripping up the legs. Max Black targeting the shoulders of Aiden Storm with his big, huge elbows that are known to be able to break rocks on a single move. And Gavin Storm trying to beat John Black at his own game with a roll-up, but it's a kick out before one. John Black knows, he knows this game, he knows this sport, he invented the game. And John Black getting hyped up now. Rolling over. Almost returning the same move that Gavin hit him with earlier. John Black clearly not taking it kindly. Aiden Storm coming back into the ring to help his tag partner, but is not doing that. Instead is getting himself hyped up. But to be fair, Gavin Storm did get himself back. Maybe he just noticed that his teammate would have had that on his own accord. Max Black tries to bring in a kendo stick, but does not manage to succeed in doing anything with it. And a package pile driver from John Black goes into the pin, but Gavin Storm is right there and breaks it up before a 1 count. And a big suplex from Gavin Storm to John Black. And now Max Black got Aiden Storm up high, but Aiden Storm wriggling out and dropping him back down to the mat as Blood Devils are the ones that are standing tall in the middle of the ring at the moment. Of course, all 4 of these men as well guaranteed to have matches on standoff. They obviously, Max and John doing champion v champion against KLASH's champions. But you've got the Blood Devils who will be set to defend their titles for, I believe, a 5th time. It might be 6th, I don't know. Let me have a little double check here real quick. Oh, and Gavin Storm going in for the pin now. 1. And a kick out at 1, though. Yeah, it would be a 5th title defense, as they will be defending against Francis Sharp and MD Silver. Of course, as well, Blood Devils currently joint holding the record of the longest ever title run of anyone. Joint with Leon Grimes. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Currently both joint on 125 days. However, Leon Grimes has 0 chance of losing his belt on standoff, whereas the Blood Devils do. So there is a chance that they will lose that record. And John Black with a beautiful springboard moonsault. And Gavin Storm tripping up Max Black now. And John Black trying to just smash the kendo stick on the back of Gavin, but Gavin ducking out of the way. And it's a lovely suplex into the pin. Aiden Storm putting a finisher on John Black to stop it, but Max Black kicks out. Max Black rolling to his feet now. A big shoulder tackle. Aiden Storm just kind of moving John Black around for fucking forever, apparently. Max Black throwing the kendo stick there, but obviously Max Black is going to break up that pinfall. No questions asked. Aiden Storm had ages to go into that pin and just took a while. Springboard clothesline. It must be said as well, I believe, that Max Black's been going for the BFT finisher twice now, and John has, you know, got in the way and broken it up. And look at the in-ring intelligence of John Black. Could have gone for the pin, but realised that obviously with Aiden Storm still standing, the chances of it going off are low. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Max Black brutalising Gavin with the kendo stick into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out. And a reversal from Aiden Storm. Into a future shock DDT on John Black into the pin, but Max Black is right there, so he breaks up the pin. Aiden Storm lifting the big man up. You could see as well he had to kind of drop him down and get even more momentum. Realised he might have bought off a bit more than he could chew, but he managed to show off the strength. But it's clearly taken a lot out of him. And a huge 630 springboard from John Black. And the BFT finally for a Max Black hit on Gavin. And the double knees now to Aiden Storm from John Black. But Aiden fighting out of it. Is he going to be able to break up the pin? He goes for the spinning heel kick, but he does not break up the pin in time. Max Black picking up the victory for him and his brother against Gavin Storm. If Aiden Storm had just turned around, instead of going for that spinning heel kick, he would have been able to break up the pin. We thought the Blood Devils were on a new path. They'd fixed their miscommunication. But maybe it's back. And it's not the time you want to see that for the Blood Devils. You do not want to see miscommunication just before you have to defend the titles against two of the biggest stars on the rival brand. And now you have to be, and if you have to imagine that Francis Sharp and MD Silver are going to be looking at that with a grin on their face and a twinkle in their eye, thinking that this might be their time to get gold. Of course, Francis has already had gold in the International Championship, but MD Silver looking to secure his first piece of honour within the company. Oh. As there it is, Max Black picking up the win for him and his brother.
This tornado tag match really delivered on the action. Taking on multiple opponents simultaneously is no easy task, but these two,
You know, at the end of the day, they might not have wrestled together in a while, but you do not lose a brotherly connection. There was the couple moments of John Black preventing Max from hitting his BFT. And look at them already. They're signalling to the back for someone to come out. There it is. A debut opportunity for D-Way. And Lacana Toro opportunity to keep on the run of form that he was on. Got a big super kick to begin. Into a standing moonsault, but he gets the knees up.
he's a man possessed is what he is. And he is up against someone who is determined to get the win here.
And dropping below now. Leapfrogging.
Should be Saxton. If you're not trying to win, you're not
Nice little punch to the gut. And slam into the mat. Going in for the pin immediately, but a kick out at 0.
a little too confident with that one.
Nice little takedown there. D-Way just not wasting any time trying to do as much offense as he possibly can. And a big splash.
The sheen is starting to wear off of him a bit now. Yeah, but it's
And a top rope moonsault.
oh man, targeting the leg. He's just having his
Another springboard moonsault.
thoughts. Yeah, this is exactly what he'd hoped for. Oh, stop to the top.
D-Way putting in a really dominant performance so far
He has him now.
against Lacana Toro. As he gets him up high.
Can't prepare your face for that.
Flings him face first down to the crashing down to the mat now. Goes into the pin. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Carnatoro.
He's not letting fatigue set in.
Carnatoro rolling out the way, but he's met with a big clothesline.
He's able to counter.
Carnatoro getting a leg in there. Now being able to actually return some offense for the first time in a while in this match. And a jumping knee strike into the pin.
Hit that with everything and following it with the pin.
But it's a kick out before the ref. It does look like the ref took ages to count there, but you know, it wouldn't have been 3 seconds anyway. And he gets a drop kick into another drop kick. He ducks below into a crossbody. And he goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.
Couldn't quite slam the door yet.
Don't know why Carnosaur is looking so shocked. Maybe he just realised he forgot to take his dino nuggets out of the oven. Knee strikes into the Enziguri there. D-Way rolling out the way though, returning with a combination of strikes here. And a nice uppercut to take Carnosaur down into another pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Oh, John, while it's still fresh in your mind, awards, please, for strike, if you could DM me them. And a roll-up from Carnatoro, but a kick out at 1 from D-Way. And a clothesline of his own from Carnatoro.
To take its toll on him. Vicious knee. Waiting for him to get back on his feet so he can strike. He knew what was coming there. Could be thinking of high-risk offense here.
Climbing top rope. A lovely splash into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. A very dominant performance still so far. Not been much room for Carnotoro to breathe in this match. D-Way clearly coming in with the high energy. Going towards the ropes. Into a lovely kick to the back of the neck. Goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Carnotoro. Carnotoro catches the clothesline this time. Goes in for a roll up here. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Super kick to the gut. Just climbing up to the top rope. D-Way gets to his knees and a flying crossbody. Goes for a punch, but it's caught by D-Way. Putting Carnotoro into the ropes. But Carnotoro catches with a big knee to the gut as he tries to drag D-Way to the corner, but he manages to get some elbows up. And D-Way running to the other side of the corner, trying to get some energy behind him as he now charges at Carnotoro, but Carnotoro gets the elbow up. Carnotoro looked like he was going to go for a springboard there. And they're just kind of staring at each other there for some reason, but it's fine. A big drop kick from D-Way. Targeting the leg with multiple elbows to the knee of Carnotoro. Trying to eliminate the pace advantage that Carnotoro has. D-Way waiting for him to get up, but Carnotoro catches him into a spinning DDT. Goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from D-Way. D-Way got Carnotoro up and plants him down. Face first into the mat, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, it's all over. D-Way picking up a victory on his debut. Making the dinosaur go extinct on day 1 is certainly an achievement. Oh. It's a good little opener, to be fair. Brad, I kind of feel bad for you because I know you're putting a lot of effort in these like promos things on Twitter for Harvey, but like, ain't nobody going out at the out of their way to like fucking thingy it, you know, to actually like to what's it translate when Carnotoro retires. Literally, you're the worst thing is, Brad, right? You've just posted that. I literally have that photo saved on my phone because I have just a bunch of random Carnotaurus images just in case I need to bring them out with in roleplay for him. That's the point. Oh, okay, fair enough then. As long as you're not saying slurs, Brad, that's fine. King versus Misaki Ryoki. Of course, Henry King accompanied by his fellow members of the Fallen in Jack Collins and Reagan Knight. Of course, all 3 of the Fallen members are the only 3 confirmed members to be part of KLASH's War Games team for Standoff. There's still an unknown participant. MCW officials do not know if Henry King has any plans on actually announcing who he's bringing in or not. And of course, there is a little bit of history here as well. Of course, you know, Misaki Ryoki is one half of Vixen, you know, the tag team that she has alongside Kim Min-ji. However, you know, and they were on a undefeated run as a tag team since they started tag teaming, and but it was the Fallen, you know, Jack Collins and Reagan Knight, who managed to put an end to that. You know, and obviously Vixen, that still didn't stop Vixen from having their tag title shot against the Blood Devils at Full Moon, although they were unsuccessful. Henry King at Full Moon as well had a bit of a busy Full Moon, putting on a match of the year contender alongside Noah Morrison and Cassidy Holland. Of course, was not victorious in that match, as we all know. Noah Morrison took home the victory. However, he was still very strong in that match. Submission hold was locked in there, but it was broken out of quite easily by Misaki. And now, obviously, normally I feel like in these situations, Misaki would be accompanied by Kim Min-ji, but obviously she has her own match later on tonight against Emily Hamilton, a new signing to KLASH, returning after a long stint on strike. To, you know, like Noah Morrison and Elena Claire, who went the other way looking for greener pastures. As we get into some chain wrestling, we have to assume that having Reagan Knight and Jack Collins in his corner is only going to benefit him. And knowing the dirty tactics of a team like the Fallen, I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to get involved in this match, find a way to cheat to cost Misaki Ryoki the victory here tonight. She plants Henry King down, back to the mat. And a big knee strike into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Jack Collins clearly having it out with the crowd. You know, it's not new to see Henry King get some slack from the crowd, and a submission hold locked in now here from Henry King, but Misaki Ryoki getting some elbows out and out strengthening the grip here tonight. And a big Kinshasa into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Misaki giving it her all in this match. Targeting the head of Henry King, and he is quite big-headed, so, you know, adds up. And now kick to the back to Misaki from Henry King. Henry King trying to get some more offense in this match, which has been mostly Misaki so far. Throwing Misaki over the ropes as she goes tumbling to the outside. And dropping an elbow onto the chest. Throwing Misaki back into the ring. Some quick kicks. Nice leg takedown. Goes for the knee, but Henry King moving out of the way. And a suplex from Henry King. Returns a knee of his own. And locking in another submission hold here. But Misaki, once again, she gets the knees up. Getting away out of that one. Misaki looks like she's going for a suplex of her own, but Henry King managing to wriggle out of the grip. And Henry King now going to the outside and dropping the back of Misaki onto the apron. So Misaki returns by flinging Henry King back down to the outside and throwing him into the steel steps. Not even caring to actually look at either of the two other Fallen members that are accompanying him. Barely even paying them any attention. Just completely locked in on Henry King. But Henry King dodging out of the way. But Misaki returning with a dodge of her own. But Henry King throwing Misaki away now. Trying to get some space so he can catch his breath here. And a suplex from Henry King on the outside. Throwing Mazaki into the ring now. Taunting Mazaki as well. Clearly unhappy with the steel steps. So going for the roll-up now, Mazaki. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Only at the last possible second, Mazaki nearly completely shocking Henry King. And a big slam from Mazaki there. Well, she was going to go top rope there, but couldn't quite get there. Didn't have the stamina to get there before Henry King could get back to his feet. Into a cutter. Submission. Could Mazaki tap here? And Mazaki Ryoki taps out to Henry King.
We've got some time to take another look at some of the highlights from that one.
Okay. Are people still here, by the way? The chat seems a little bit dead. I'm just wondering. It's not... my software isn't showing me if people are here. It just says 0, but I know there's definitely not 0 people here, so... Okay. People are still here. Cool. Just making sure. Just because my software's fucking up. Oh wow, Brad actually said yes instead of no. Brad, you dropped your entire gimmick. What are you without your gimmick, Brad? And here was the moment where Henry King got the win. Don't know why it's focusing on Jack Collins. No idea why he's the main guy in that victory celebration. I think I just didn't edit that bit properly on the victory screen, but that's my bad. I'll Brad, if you could do me a favor, if you could send me the cast order for the... We're going to Ryan Ross versus Javi Uner, the debuting Icelandic Viking, against Ryan Ross, a man who has been around for a while now, had a lot of matches, a lot of experience in MCW. A giant brute. He's definitely looking strong from the get-go. Ryan Ross somehow manages to get the big man up top. Hear me out, by the way. Imagine this, like, this fatal four-way, right? Imagine Javi Uner versus Noah Morrison versus Ronan Wolf versus Francis Sharp. Absolute meaty destruction. Ryan Ross dropping the elbow. Javi Uner with the roll up. 1. Kick out at 1 from Ryan Ross. See, the thing is, the problem is with those meaty man matches, MD, you want them to all look big. Max Black will make them all still look small. Chain wrestling. As we love to see it. Ryan Ross getting the advantage this time. Going more for the technical approach, realising he's probably not going to be able to outstrength Javi Uner. So targeting the arm as much as he can.
Swift transition into the hammerlock. Looking to keep control by locking in a chin lock.
And taking him down into a chokehold. Big Meat, Brad, don't threaten me with a good time. I don't know, ref. That kind of looks like he's tapping to me, but this game's animations are so dumb sometimes. Goes to drop the elbow, but Javi Uner moves out of the way. Big boot to the face of Ryan Ross. slamming him down to the mat with one hand and a big elbow of his own. Javier could be something that's look at that, flexing to the crowd, showing off. He could be something to be feared on Clash at this point. And a big splash. Again, for a man of that size, there's got to break a few ribs. As he lifts up Ryan Ross into a power slam. Now stomping the chest out as much as he can. But Ryan Ross with the roll up here. And a kick out before one from Harvey. It goes for the roll up here. One. And a kick out at one from Harvey. Ryan Ross trying to use a bit more in-ring intelligence to beat the man. You know, hoping that he's all brawn and no brain, but Harvey is able to see it coming from a mile off each time. Dropping some elbows. Just trying to do as much damage as he can to the Viking. And the Viking gets him high. Oh, and a backbreaker. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. That's got to hurt. Some big shoulders to land on, to say the least. I don't know what's going on here with the game, but that's fine. And Ryan Ross going for a sit-out powerbomb, and it hits. Goes for the pinfall now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Harvey on air. And just still dropping those elbows, trying to chip away at the body of Harvey on air. Another backbreaker there. And just planting him deeper into it as well. Picking Ryan Ross up. Flinging him across. As he goes for another big splash. And Ryan Ross's insides have got to be screaming at him at this point. Oh, we don't see this often. The exchanging blows. We were talking about this last stream on how it never happens. But we've actually got it this time. It's a rarity. But Harvey's had enough. Flings him out into a spine buster, I think. That's not spine buster, is it? What is that called? I actually don't know what that move's called. I know it's not spine buster directly, I don't think. It might be, I don't think. And a sit-out powerbomb from Harvey. 1, 2, 3. Javi Unner wins his MCW debut. And I believe that that means that both new debutants in the company won their first matches. Oh, it is just the spine buster. Okay. A really good showing from Javi there. Looked pretty dominant for most of the match. There was a couple, obviously, times where Ryan Ross was able to get he got this one power bomb. But besides that, it was pretty much all Harvey until, well, from bell to bell, honestly. And it's an impressive debut from the giant Icelandic Viking. Oh. It's one of the it's a very forgotten entrance because obviously Vixen have just been like a tag team the entire time, but it's actually a really class entrance. It's really good. But we go into this, start off with chain wrestling immediately. The first thing you'll notice is the size difference. I believe Emily Hamilton could be the smallest person that we actually have on the roster in terms of height. I could be wrong. I might be, there might be somebody else that I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure she is the shortest. But they do say good things come in small packages. At least that's what I try and tell myself every single day to feel better. What? Anyway, Kim Min-ji pushing Emily Hamilton off.
She's able to seize the opportunity, but she's got to keep up the pressure. Forearm smash.
It's the first time we've seen Kim Min-ji in solo competition in a while now.
Person to make a statement. Just like that, she turned it around. She's really starting to feel the effects of this match. Certainly the match.
And slamming Kim Min-ji back down to the mat. And a roll up from Kim Min-ji here. One, oh, even got me that kick out. One goes for the enziguri, but Emily Hamilton moving out of the way. And again, but she misjudges a springboard of her own, so I guess that evens out. Nice knee to the stomach and a kick to the back of the head. Not many small calls on the roster. That is true, there isn't. There used to be quite a lot, but obviously a lot of those people left. 1, 2, a kick out at 2. A lovely springboard moonsault from Emily Hamilton there. Trying to take him into the corner.
Being placed onto the top rope.
Propping her up.
This match has been incredible. This is going to be spectacular.
Oh, and a nice falling bulldog from the top of the rope. Kim Min-ji getting a bit of her own offense in here now. Taking Emily Hamilton to the ropes. She uses those ropes in lovely fashion. A beautiful Hurricane Rana from Kim Min-ji. Oh, it looks like she was going to go for some form of rolling move there, but Emily Hamilton catching her at the perfect second with a quick kick to the face. Kind of shades of you know, Adam Cole when he hit that kick on Ricochet. 1, 2, was it Ricochet or was it Johnny Gargano? I don't remember, but you know the spot I'm talking about in NXT when someone does the flip and then he gets the little kick off in the vinyl like second. Who's the one that got that? John, you'll know that. Which one was it? Nice standing moonsault there. Ricochet. I thought it was Ricochet. It's always Ricochet if it's something flippy. I just thought like there's a chance it was Johnny Gargano because I know he had a bunch of matches against him. Yeah, cheers, Brad, mate. Cheers, Brad. Got a moonsault from the top rope into the pin from Emily Hamilton. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Kim Min-ji. Of course, Kim Min-ji as well will be. We've had reports that Kim Min-ji next week on Clash will be accompanying her father Cassidy Holland during his World Championship match against Marty. You know, reports originally were that CO was going to be the one to accompany Cassidy Holland, or his wife. However, she did say she wanted to leave wrestling behind, and I guess that stayed true. The flip was Ricochet, but Johnny Gargano did have a spot where he was called a super kick mid-suicide dive. Okay, I don't think it was that one. I think it was the flip I was thinking of. But yeah, that's probably why I got confused then. They both had similar spots. Were both of them against Adam Cole, John? Like, was the Johnny Gargano one also against Adam Cole? Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. That would explain why I got confused then. Kim Min-ji caught, giving a stomp to the chest, or the gut, sorry, going in for the pin. 1, and a kick out at 1. Emily Hamilton is someone as well that's looking for new fortunes. You know, she spent a lot of time on strike. I mean, she was one of the first people she never. And a Pele kick from Kim Min-ji. Shades of Diego Barbosa with that one. And Emily Hamilton with a backbreaker into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Emily Hamilton, new fortunes, as I was discussing before, as she clearly does intend on those new fortunes. Every single person that has changed show. Oh yeah, that is a new finisher as well for her. Yeah, that is true. I did set that up. I nearly forgot, Doug, by the way. I want to make that clear. I literally did this. I literally changed that move like 5 minutes before starting stream. I nearly forgot to change it for you. Every single person, though, that has moved from Clash to, or has changed from Clash to Strike or Strike to Clash has picked up a win on their new brand this week. Is that signs to come that we could be in Q Triple H voice? A new era! As we now get ready for a main event, which is definitely got not quite as main event as the Strike main event. There's not really much you can do to get against that, but you know, but it is a big match nonetheless. Okay, MD, you got a question for me? Go on. I know it's going to be dumb, but I'm hearing you now anyway. Are you ready? Two people that are on the brink of being top stars. You know, some could already argue they are. Ronan Wolf, who is the most recent challenger for Marty's MCW World Championship. And obviously MD Silver is going to be going after the tag titles at standoff alongside Francis Sharp in what is dubbed as the Brothers in Crisis. And dropping face first onto the turnbuckle. And this is going to be a true test of technical versus power between these two men. And a H-bomb instantly from MD Silver. But both of these men have been picking up some impressive wins, impressive matches, rising themselves up the card. Of course, MD Silver completely reinventing himself since the split of Severance. And Ronan Wolf, who has just been a force to reckon with ever since he debuted. And a super kick from Ronan Wolf. Picking MD Silver and throwing him across the ring. Dropping some big forearms to the back of the neck of MD Silver.
Punches to the ear. Headlock applied, and look at these punches to the ear. Ouch.
And these wrestlers, whilst being on similar trajectories at the moment, could not be any more different. Ronan Wolf just focusing on just being as brutal as he can. And MD Silver, who picks his moments, he's a lot more methodical in the way that he wrestles. Compared to Ronan Wolf, which is just throw as much damage at the opponent as you possibly can. And that's what I'm talking about with the saying that he picks his moments. Waiting for the moment where Ronan Wolf was going to give it too cocky and just catch him off guard.
What a shot. That was a vicious display. You can
Tripping up the leg. It looks an MD Silver again, clearly a game plan in mind here, trying to bust open Ronan Wolf, knowing that as soon as he can get that to happen, he has a big advantage going into the rest of this matchup. Dropping down onto a kick to the gut. Taunting Ronan Wolf to get up, going for the penalty kick, and it connects. Lovely Silver lay Ronan Wolf, no, it's his time. But Ronan Wolf catches the arm. But we're going to some exchanging blows. Jesus, we've not had like these in like literal months, like months and months, and then we get two in the same show. That is insane. MD Silver asking for more as they both rapidly punching each other in the skull. And it's MD Silver that's dazed here. And Ronan Wolf with a spear to MD Silver goes in for the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.
Close call. That was almost lights out.
And a clothesline from hell into another pin. 1, 2, and a kick out from MD Silver.
No telling how much surviving that will cost, though. I don't know how someone kicks out of that. I don't know how you can still be standing. It must be demoralizing knowing you've unleashed your
Running
best
towards
shot
the
on your
ropes, going for the
opponent.
dropkick, but MD Silver rolls out the way. And MD Silver with a roll up. 1, and a kick out at 1 from Ronan Wolf. Again, it's all about with MD trying to pick those moments to catch the opponent off guard. A big knee down to a kneeling, and again he's just getting that energy back into him. Trying to drag him into the corner.
Oh, man, he is more than fired.
And a big chop to the chest.
Nice.
Nice step up Enziguri. And hanging him by the ropes, running off of the running to the ropes himself into a drop kick, sending Ronan Wolf falling. As he waits for Ronan Wolf to get to his feet into a torpedo Moscow. Goes for the pinfall on Ronan Wolf. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Both men battered and bruised in the face. MD Silver telling Ronan Wolf to get to his feet. Goes for a little slingshot kick to the chest, and then Ronan Wolf get a quick shot into the ankle to get himself back to his feet. And a big swinging neck breaker that looked like it made the ring move. Stalking MD Silver here. And MD Silver with the reversal from the powerbomb into the roll-up. 1, 2, and a reversal from Ronan Wolf here. 1, 2, 3. Ronan Wolf steals the win back after he goes for the fall from grace on MD Silver. MD Silver reverses into a roll-up of his own, which is met by Ronan Wolf getting the even better roll-up. It's that same style of roll-up that saw John Black beat Andre Cruz for the title, and it's the same roll-up that sees Ronan Wolf beat MD Silver here tonight. A great match between two great performers. Been loving watching this so far. I'm glad you've been enjoying it, man. We do these streams 2 times a week. We do them on Wednesday and Sunday usually. Sometimes it can be moved around depending on, if I've got stuff going on in real life. But usually I aim for Wednesday and Sunday. Sundays, sometimes Saturday as well, also depending on like real world pay-per-views because I don't want to clash with them. And usually the stream time is around about 9 PM UK time. I don't know what that is. If you're from a different area, I don't know. But it's 9 PM UK time we usually start. I was a little bit late today by 30 minutes, but, not the end of the world. But I look forward to seeing what your character can do as well. I will get you set up after stream, which is, well, basically now. I'll talk to my fellow booker in seeing what show you go to and stuff like that. MD with only his second loss since the return of MCW. It is true, since his little rebrand.